My next stop is one of San Francisco's more famous landmarks, the Palace of Fine Arts.
In the Chevron, we agree. We're putting more than $8 billion back into the U.S. economy this year in pipes, cement, steel, energy, jobs. We're making an investment in America, and it's making a real difference. Learn more about what we agree on at chevron.com/weagree. Classic.
Through the bread, the paper, the bread.
Okay, behind me is the Palace of Fine Arts. It was originally constructed in 1915 for the Panama Pacific Art Exhibition, and then it was later rebuilt in 1965 on its original site. This is a neo-classical building, and you can see it's kind of built in a Roman style with that dome and those columns over there, and arches, typical Roman style. Palace of Fine Arts. Typical Roman style columns right here. Wow, look at that. Totally amazing. Now if only this were an ancient temple, then it would be perfect.
Arch Rotunda. Yeah, see, now you can see how big are these structure. Yeah, very big. Oh, pretty rotunda.
Dobra.
Oj, oj.
No trip to San Francisco would be complete without a visit to the iconic Golden Gate Bridge, so for my last stop, I'm heading to the historic Ford Point. This is Ford Point. It was built in the early 1860s, just before the Civil War, to defend the bay against hostile warships which never came, and then it was used again during World War II to defend against Japanese attack, which also never came. But better be safe than sorry. And at least now we have a nice fort to visit. Alright, there's actually a section, the beginning of the Golden Gate Bridge. Now this fort was actually built on the site of an older Spanish adobe fort from 1794. Major Pauline Cushman Fryer, first U.S. woman to be commissioned. Served as spy for the Union Army. Oh. She was captured and nearly executed by the Confederate Army. A national hero, she is buried in the Presidio Cemetery.
As there are still mountains to cross over further to the north and south. Think of thickets of willows growing thickly around many small streams.
So the surgeon
where Willows Creek runs through the Tennessee Hollow. Think of the mountains eroded.
This way? I see they actually had two people share one bed. Oh.
Like soldier life was simple.
Yeah, this is yeah, they have 126 cannons here. And here are just a few of them right here. Oh well.
Photos would be nicer without the Golden Gate Bridge, yeah? Huh?
Sitting about a mile and a half offshore in San Francisco Bay is the infamous Alcatraz prison, also known as The Rock. The island was originally used as a military fort and prison in 1868. The current prison was built to hold the world's most violent criminals. One of its most famous inmates was gangster Al Capone. At the time it was opened in 1934, the prison was believed to be 100% escape-proof, until 1962 when three men stunned the world by making a daring escape into San Francisco Bay, which was the true inspiration for Clint Eastwood's movie Escape from Alcatraz. To this day, the fate of the three men remains unknown. Some say they made it to the nearby Angel Island, others say they drowned during the escape, and others say that they did in fact make it to San Francisco and were living in freedom until their deaths. Whatever their fate might have been, their daring escape from the world's most infamous prison will never be forgotten. The following year, all the prisoners were transferred and Alcatraz was officially shut down. Today, it's a museum. No trip to San Francisco would be complete without a visit to the Golden Gate Bridge. Completed in 1937, this 1.5 mile long suspension bridge spans the Golden Gate Channel and is the symbol of San Francisco and is one of the world's most iconic landmarks. Most people just drive across the bridge, but if you have more time, you can choose to walk it or bike it. Wow, so that's an incredible view of the city we've been exploring. I always thought that I had to travel to another country to experience another culture, but traveling here to San Francisco has shown me that you don't always have to travel to another country to experience another culture, but you just have to know where to look.